Hi everyone, the price action the last couple of days has been magnificent, and if you kept an eye on the recent Bitcoin updates, you know that after price took out this low here, probabilities were higher to move towards the downside. And as price was down here, I uploaded a video where we were interested to look for a move up towards 86k. Now price has just hit the 86k resistance, and that for me is the trigger to upload another video, cover some of the Elliott wave scenarios and what I am personally looking for now that we hit this resistance. In this video, I will cover 4 different Elliott wave scenarios in random order, and at the end of the video, I will talk about how I approach my own trading with the current price action. Starting the analysis with the bullish scenario. Now this scenario for most people is also the most unexpected scenario, which therefore makes it interesting to have on your chart and interesting to consider. From a trading perspective, it is very easy, which I will explain at the end of this video. The move of the 76k low is counted as a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a wave 1 or A. 1 to 3 wave move down into B, and then look for continuation to the upside to take out the 88.8k high. The invalidation is the low at 76.5k. The most common target for wave 2 or B is the blue box on my chart, which has been touched, and preferably 2 or B at least ends after the yellow vertical line, the 0.382 fib time, and this low was made after that line. Now because price touched the common retracement target for 2 or B and this low was made after the 382, you at least have to consider the bullish scenario with the potential, of course, of a breakout. It very much depends on this structure to the upside and how price then reacts to the areas of resistance, which I will explain in more detail at the end of this video, because that has to do with the way I approach my trading. Now from a CVD perspective, we do have some bullish CVDs. Now CVD basically shows absorption of market shorts or market longs. If there is a bullish CVD, market shorts are absorbed by limit long orders. You can see as a great example here when price was at resistance, which is this area, price started to change market structure supported by bearish CVD divergences. We hit resistance, market longs were being absorbed by limit short orders, pushing price to the downside. We got very close here to our support box, missed it by a hair, but very, very close to support. And this move here to the upside has been supported by bullish CVDs. Now, all of these bullish CVDs here have already played out. So at the moment, there is no active 1-hour bullish CVD. Basically, need to wait for a bit of a new range to form, and the bulls want to see bullish CVDs to continue. What is at least good to be aware of is that if you zoom out, we do have this bullish CVD here with a target being the 88.8k high, which of course is relevant at least for this scenario. The remaining 3 scenarios in this video all lead to another low. I will explain the probabilities, but also again at the end of the video, I will explain how I would approach trading these scenarios. So here we have a double zigzag, ABC in W, triangle in X, ABC in a wave Y. In this scenario, we're looking for wave E to end. Invalidation is the high at 88.8k, and it is noteworthy that your wave E has to be a simple zigzag structure. It has to be a wave A, wave B, wave C on the lower time frames. It can't be anything else because your wave C is already a double zigzag counted as ABC W, X, and then ABC in a wave Y. And you're only allowed to have one more complex wave in a triangle. 4 out of the 5 waves have to be simple zigzags, meaning wave A, B, D, and E have to be simple zigzag structures. Now after price then touching the resistance, we want to see some nice signs of weakness, and then we look for price to move towards the downside to create another low. Same is true in this WXY. It's very similar, WX, but we already started Y. So the price action is the same. You look for a bounce, signs of weakness, price to move down, take out the low. It's just not a triangle. In this case, wave X is a running flat, 3 wave A, 3 wave B, 5 wave C, with a C again being a diagonal. Invalidation is exactly the same at 88.8k. Now, once again here, we want price to touch resistance, see clear signs of weakness and resistance, and then we look for price to move down one more time to take out the low, and in that case, touch the support here at 76 or below at 68. And then finally, once again, similar price movement, but a different scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a diagonal. Price moving down, we got that correct. Price moving up, we were looking for that move. Look for resistance, and here again you want to first see some signs of weakness and look for price to move down to take out this low. Now the ratios for this structure are becoming a little bit odd at the moment. You can see wave 5 is taking quite a bit of time. Wave 2 was relatively short. Wave 4 was very long compared to 2. So it is something that plays in my mind with regards to the probabilities of this particular scenario, and preferably here your wave 4 is in. So the invalidation is the same, 88.8K. So you can see that for the bearish scenarios, this high is very important, as none of these scenarios actually want the high to be taken. Only the bullish scenario at the moment takes out that particular high. Now, if we then look at the news first, then later today here, we do have some high impact news. And even though there's no time here on my website, I checked it online. It was at 4 p.m. ET, which is around 10 p.m. Central European time. So just make sure you trade safe, because we can have some volatility later tonight. And if we then look at the probabilities with some more tradable thoughts, then in both the bullish and the bearish scenario, we were looking here for a move to the upside from 81 to 80K, at least to 86K. The bulls, of course, now would like to see continuation without any big rejections, reactions, and clear signs of weakness, opposite to the bear. So how do I approach my trading? Well, it's actually quite easy. Recently, when price was down here, I entered my long position as the probabilities were higher to move towards the upside to at least 86. But now that price has moved to the upside, supported with bullish CVDs as well, and I do realize there's also a bigger bullish CVD with the target being the high, I don't just want to close my trade. Instead, I'm more interested in taking a profit, right? And have a part of my trade still running as long as there are no clear signs of weakness. At the moment, for me, there is no sign of weakness. What I like to see is similar to what we have here. That would make me close a trade, right? That would also make me enter a short, right? So being in a long is all nice, all good. But what do I like to see to close that long, or what do I like to see to enter a short? Well, in that case, I want price to hit resistance, change some local structure, get some bearish CVDs. Of course, now we are above this resistance, can now turn into support. So if we hit the higher resistance at 87.3, hit resistance, move down, right? Get some bearish CVDs, stacking as well, bearish CVD, move below, support, turning back into resistance, more bearish CVD. And that is very interesting to me. That would give me a more confidence to look for a move down. I'm a very patient trader. I generally don't snipe the highs or the lows. I wait for price to show me what it wants to do. I have burned myself many times back in the day trying to snipe a high or a low, but at the end it just cost me money, and that is of course not what we're here for, because we are here to make more money. Now to the long side, of course, what would I do if I am not yet positioned? Well, we know that the invalidation for the bearish scenarios is taking out the 88.8K high, and it now becomes for me a bit of support resistance flip trading. So over here we have the resistance, maybe on the lower time frames, flip it into support with some more bullish CVDs that can provide a nice little entry for the next area of resistance. If we break out this high, the probabilities increase to move to the next area of resistance, being 92.4, 93.4K, and preferably you don't see price move below this low, which is then the invalidation. So that is how I would approach my trading if not really yet positioned from an Elliott wave point of view at the low somewhere here. I hope that this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the CVD indicator video, the best indicator out there in my opinion, or the Elliott Wave educational playlist to help you understand more about Elliott waves. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye bye.